Hi, we are out in the parking lot once again with the Honda NT700V, and today I'm really excited to show you the brand new generation of aftermarket windshields provided by Cee Bailey. If you tuned into my YouTube channel on some of my previous videos, we went over the initial release of this Cee Bailey windshield for the motorcycle and found out that it had two minor issues. One being that if you had the wind deflector kit on your Honda and the windshield was in the full down position, the leading edge of the windshield would bump into the mirror mounts just a little bit. Also, the radius was off just slightly, and what that would do is when you tighten the windshield down to the mounts of the motorcycle, it put a little bit of stress and strain on the mechanism that moves the windshield vertically, and we found out that it kind of bound up the system just a little bit. But all those situations have been completely revised, and a few more to boot with the new generation, and we're going to show you that right now. First thing we're going to show you is this windshield is in the full down position, and as you can see, there is absolutely plenty of room between this mirror base and the leading edge of the windshield with the wind deflector kit installed. For those of you who aren't too sure what's going on here, with the Honda wind deflector kit installed, you have to take the mirrors off, put the kit on, and relocate the mirrors on top of this neoprene rubber, which brings the mirrors up a little bit, and the initial design bumped into the edge of the shield just a little bit. As you can see, there is absolutely no problems here. We worked with Joe over at Cee Bailey's. He sent us a disposable carcass from the previous windshield, and I personally cut the new design from here down, and he took that and added a new top to it, and we're going to show you that right now. Looking at the windshield from the side, Joe kind of stole his design at the very top from the model he made for the Kawasaki Concourse 14, which is proven to be a splendid windshield. If you look, starting about 2 inches down from the top, there's a very mild reverse flip at the top to add to the efficiency of deflection of this windshield. It makes the wind void a little quieter, and you don't have to have the windshield up so high to get the wind up over your helmet, which keeps the windshield smaller and looking a little sexier for this kind of motorcycle, and it works wonderfully. Also too, as we spoke, the earlier model actually was curved a little bit on the sides, flattened a little bit in the center, and because it was an odd shape, when you tightened it down to the mounts of the motorcycle, it flexed a little bit, putting a little bit of stress and strain on these units here. So when you slid the windshield up and down in the track, just that little bit of extra stress and strain inhibited the movement a little bit, and that is not so. With the new one, it glides absolutely perfectly. There's no problems with that at all. What a lot of riders like to do with the stock shield is, if you're on your motorcycle and the windshield's up and you're riding, they like to just reach out and just push it down. You couldn't with the other Cee Bailey because it was just a little too tight, and obviously not a problem. One-hand operation is a piece of cake with the new one. One more kudos to Cee Bailey on the new design is the stock windshield had a continuous radius like you're seeing right here, which was kind of cool because it matched the radius of the top of the dashboard, also matched the radius of the top of the instrument cluster, so you kind of had this outdoor amphitheater kind of thing going on here, which just really looked cool. The initial Cee Bailey windshield was, like I mentioned, curved on the side, flattened toward the middle, and then curved, so it really did look kind of out of place because it didn't keep that design flow going from the dashboard all the way out. So that's been changed as well. The new generation has a slight curve to it all the way across like the stocker, and just looks very, very cool with the instrument cluster from the rider's perspective. Alright, we're going to give you a little walk around so you can get a good idea of what this windshield looks like on the motorcycle. Just to clue you guys in, this is the 2 inches taller than stock model. These shields are available in stock height, +2, +4, and +6 heights. They are slightly wider than stock, and you can get them in 3 colors. You can get it in clear, you can get it in light smoke, and you can get it in dark smoke, which is what you're looking at here. I believe you could still get it in the light green tint, although don't quote me on that. However, once you see the dark smoke, you're going to fall in love. I chose the dark smoke tint just to display it on the motorcycle so you can get a pretty good view of what the contour of the windshield is on the new generation. And it is just awesome looking. I mean, as you can see, especially with the blacked out plastic and the dark red, it would probably look just as nice on the silver. I can't imagine that it wouldn't. It is going to be my new summer windshield, no question about it. I'm 6 feet tall. with a 34-inch inseam, and I just got done doing about 20 miles with this windshield on the motorcycle, and I'm finding that in a full down position, it almost acts as if the windshield's not there. I had no wind to the chest, but from the shoulders up, a nice full steady stream of air. No wind buffeting or wind burbling like some would like to call it. Just a really nice summertime position to be in, so it was enjoyable. If I moved it to the next spot up, I caught the edge of the wind gust pretty much dead even with my eyes. I had the visor of my windshield, of my helmet rather, open. And you know something, even at that, on the stock shield, I caught some wind buffeting off the edge of the stream. And not so with this one. I didn't have that harsh edge, so it wasn't really that bad. In the center position, it was like having the Honda stock windshield in the full up position. It was quiet. The windshield was probably about even with my chin, but the wind deflection was right over my head. It was quiet. It was really enjoyable. If I moved it up one more, the windshield was pretty much even with the tip of my nose, and it was dead nuts quiet. It was really, really nice. If it was cold out, that would probably be the place I would want to put it. For me, if I put it in the very top position, I was looking through the windshield and not over it. It just went up to maybe about my eyebrow height. So a little too high for me, but you know, maybe if you got caught in the rain or something like that, it might be kind of handy to have that. So the +2 for me is absolutely perfect. To each his own in that respect, but I really, really like the +2. In all positions, it's definitely quieter than the stock, and also the wind deflection from the side to side was wider. On the Honda one, if I ride the motorcycle and I lean my head off to the left or right, I can get back into the wind stream again. With this one, you'd have to move out pretty far. So you are very much encapsulated in a nice void with this one. It doesn't shake much at all. I think the Honda windshield actually shakes a little bit more than the Cee Bailey does. So overall, this windshield is the bomb. It's far better than the stock one. Personally, I don't think the stock windshield would ever find its way back to my motorcycle. For those of you who are looking to put an aftermarket windshield on your bike, whether it's just to give it a little bit of a unique look or to add the tint, whether it's stock height, so forth and so on, I don't see why you'd want to shop any farther than the Cee Bailey folks. They're a great company to work with. They stand behind their product 150%, and they just nailed it with this one. It's just got that little flip at the top, which even adds a little interest to the overall look of the bike versus the stock Honda one, which just loops up straight. The tint is a great option, and now that it moves perfectly fine, deflects the wind well, there is really no need to look anywhere else. If you're interested in one of these, I would definitely contact Cee Bailey or your local dealer that carries the Cee Bailey product and give it a whack. It's a great shield, and I am ecstatic about it, and I'm sure you'll be happy with it as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again.